Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Mat Men, your source for owl things, professional wrestling. I'm Rich Stambolian. There's no Andrew here today. He's gone back to his home planet for the weekend, but I am joined all the way from Hollow Earth, Mr. Gonzo, MG Geek, the Kaiser, our producer. What's going on? Coming to you from...
Hello.
From his Splinter Cell basement, his nuclear missile silo.
Yes. I had to shut down all the doors. What's that? What was the line in Avengers Endgame? What protocol was that one? Barn door protocol?
There you go. Barn door protocol. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. That's what I had to do today. Barn door
200 feet under the ground in a sub basement in an abandoned nuclear missile silo in the middle of the country. How are you doing today, Mr. Gonzo?
I am fantastic. I'm doing good. I was excited to do this with you today. We've been talking about this for a minute, and we haven't done anything in a while, so I was like, cool, let's have fun.
You're going to have to center yourself a little bit because it looks like you're falling off your chair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you
go. There we go.
Beautiful. I properly framed MG Geek. This is what I need to start my cold New York morning. There's a winter advisory alert out for New York today. I think it's called like a blue alert.
Yeah, it's our entire region. We're getting it too. Everybody's half the country's buried in this cold, miserable.
Did you watch? You know what? At the top of the show, I want to say we got a beautiful super chat from Batcher 3000, $1.99. Happy Friday, my hefes. Thanks, buddy. The most truest fan that we have every Friday morning. He always delivers. Batcher 3000, we love you. And you're going to get a lot of MG Geek today. Guys, super chatters will take them during the show for once. My insane goal for today is to hit $500 in super chats. Let's see if we can make that happen within the next hour. And that also includes if you want to send money to your tiny dancer.
Oh, dear God.
He will dance for money. All right, let's get started. Did you watch?
People, not get rid of them.
Did you watch everything today?
I have. I've watched just about all. Where do you want to start at?
Okay, let's start with the Hobbs stuff. Yeah. There's some news here. Apparently, Will Hobbs' contract is up with AEW. He's expected to sign with WWE. Worked his last match on Wednesday during the Collision taping. Fightful reported that WWE is high on him, which is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, look at the guy. Now, do you think he is going to go to NXT? Is he doing the main roster? How do you feel about this?
I am always under the impression, unless they say otherwise, that we are getting he's going to NXT. The rest of them have too. I mean, look at Ethan Page, Blake Monroe. They all end up going down there first until they can kind of figure out where they are with them, and then put them on the main roster. So I'm under the impression he's going to NXT. I know that's not what a lot of people like to hear. My other fear with him going to a WWE is that he gets put in one of these stereotypes, and maybe they pair him with a New Day, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But
okay,
I think black militant groups went out in the 1990s. So I hope they don't do anything stupid like that, where put a stereotypical label on him.
I think this is a different era.
Action like that.
Yeah, this is a different era of WWE.
There's always hints I see of it, and I'm like, why do all the same ethnic wrestlers have to be in a faction together? So hopefully they do something different, because the Ops wasn't that, right? It was not that. So I don't know, just my thoughts on that.
Sure. Let those thoughts out. Sometimes you got to keep those thoughts to yourself. So from my perspective, and I can do a little fanboy booking here. If he goes to NXT, I would love it if he immediately makes a huge impact, immediately gets the title, and he holds on to that title for a year. Make him like a super long-running fighting NXT champ. Conversely, I do think the guy would get a big pop at the Rumble, and you know what? He would fit in perfectly with the Paul Heyman stable. Braun Breaker,
I was thinking of that too.
Bronson Reed,
put him in
Hobbs,
yeah,
Paul Heyman. Listen,
Yeah,
man, that makes a lot of sense, especially when you think about what he did in AEW. He was brought in by Moxley. He was under the tutelage of
you're going
Taz.
full circle.
Yeah, he was under the tutelage of Taz. He was under the umbrella of Samoa Joe. This guy has already picked up a lot of knowledge, right? Why not put him with Paul Heyman as like the icing on the cake?
Yeah, that is such a terror. And then you have the connection of Brock Lesnar in that stable. Oh, there's some meat, and we could get Rusev and him again. At some point.
Maybe that would be cool if you have just like a big meat match, you know. And Hobbs looks insane, you know, like that guy's physique is off the charts. Of course, they want to sign him. You know, WWE will always love muscles.
Yes. Maybe they will give us a meat. We'll get a meat title. I would love that.
I would love that too. Listen, if AEW can have 45 singles titles, WWE can come up with some kind of big.
They already have enough, though, man.
Yeah. Mercedes Moné says she's taking a break from AEW on Collision. A video aired after a segment from Dynamite where she'd been thrown into a cake, reflecting on herself, saying she was going to take a break, but when she comes back, everybody needs to look out. Now, this is a kayfabe break, right?
I think
or is she filming something? I don't know.
And, I mean, she could be filming something. I haven't heard any news on it. I mean, someone in the chat might know more, but I haven't saw anything this week on it. But I did one thing about the segment that they did. And you, as a photographer, you'll understand this was cool. They shot over her shoulder at the mirror, and you could see her in the mirror crying. I was like, oh, that was kind of a neat touch. I did
having
like
a freak
that.
out moment.
Yeah, and then I did like that, and I'm also under the impression she's going to go drop some more of those titles elsewhere, right?
She that would be interesting.
Titles, yeah. So
that
she's going to have to go do that. I would imagine that's part of it too. I don't know. Maybe she's filming Mandalorian again. I don't know.
That'd be cool with that. I got to restart the Mandalorian.
Movie's still on the books. Yeah,
yeah.
So
that's cool. I want to see what they do with her because I feel like it could go either way. You know, I feel like she could really cement herself as one of the biggest AEW talents for the future, you know, for the next 5 years. Or listen, you never know what could happen. She could get lured away back to WWE, you know, as they say in wrestling. You never know, right?
I don't think she's going to go.
Never say never.
Mean, you know, she's in that relationship with a certain lucha person. So I think she's happy doing what she's doing. And if Tony's going to let her take an open-ended break from time to time, then so be it. But she was a lot of the television from the women's side over the last 6 months. So, and I kind of felt it this week's Dynamite, but we'll get into that when we get there.
Now, let's talk about this. Tony Khan announced 3 CML wrestlers under dual AEW contracts. Mascara Dorada and Persephone both revealed that they are signed to dual contracts. And he confirmed that, also confirming the same for Hechicero. I think that's cool. I like the age of open contracts. Yeah. Doesn't Takeshita have 3 contracts?
Yeah. AEW, is it DDT and
New Japan, right?
And it's not Noah. It's DDT and New Japan. Yeah.
Okay.
So I put this story in here because someone asked us this question last week, right at the end of the show, about who was contracted and not, and then they confirmed this. So I figured I'd share it with those that wanted to know.
Fantastic. WWE reveals plans to crown a new NXT champion. I'm all for this now that, you know, Obafemi left his belt in the middle of the ring. I think this is a cool move. I love a tournament. They announced a 6-man ladder match was going to be held on the February 3rd edition of NXT. The winner of the ladder match would be crowned the new champ with qualifying matches starting on next week's show. The first 2 spots are Josh Briggs versus Shiloh Hill and Eli Knight versus Sean Legacy. And if you haven't been watching NXT, yes, there is a gentleman by the name of Eli Knight, not LA Knight. I do think it's a little confusing.
Yeah, this is some of these Evolve guys are bringing up now, and I have no idea who half these people are. I will say this, from my experience in the NXT, You know who books a great ladder match? Shawn Michaels.
Oh, 100%. I mean, he's arguably one of the kings of ladder matches.
Yeah. So when NXT does these 6-man ladder matches, they turn out really well. So I'm actually looking.
I think it's going to be fun. I need more excuses to watch NXT. Unfortunately, I usually just kind of fast forward through it, or because I DVR it, or I'll skip it and just kind of like read the highlights, and like the summary of the show. I really want to start getting into watching NXT again. And I feel like there's not enough time in the week to watch all the wrestling I want to watch.
No.
For example, we're going to get to it, but TNA, well, let's just talk about it now. TNA on AMC. TNA on AMC. Did you watch it?
I did. I watched it. I told you about the show. I was like, hey, don't forget this is on. Maybe we should probably check this out and see how we like it. We don't have to go through a lot of the highlights of the show if you don't want to, but I will. My take was production was sloppy. There was a lot of bad camera angles. So you're a photographer. How hard is it to shoot in a way that you're not seeing the blank bleachers behind? Because that was a problem. They were showing all the people in the audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a weird production decision. And I feel like they've done that a lot, Also, you can't like WWE, think about this. WWE has a very specific style of how they shoot their shows, right? Now, if you ape that style, people are going to say, oh, you're making it look like a WWE show, AEW has a very specific style how they shoot their shows. New Japan has a very specific style of how they shoot their shows. NXT, everything's different. I don't think you should show empty seats behind somebody that you want to put the emphasis on. You know what I mean? I think when they cut to AJ Francis, you saw like just empty seats and people going to the bathroom behind him. It's distracting.
Yeah.
AJ Styles opened the show. I thought that was a no-brainer. Very cool. Came out to his old TNA theme. At this point in the game, would you still consider him a TNA guy? Do you even have like TNA thoughts for AJ Styles at all?
I mean, it's nostalgic, right? It's not. For me, it wasn't. I was like, oh, that's cool, but he's so far in the rear. I mean, he's been out of TNA for what? 12 to 15 years? When was the last time he was in TNA? Like 2008 or 9?
I want to say it's been over 10 years.
Well,
because I want to say he
is when he came to WWE at the Rumble.
Right. And I think 14 was New Japan.
So that's been 10 years. Yeah.
So he did like a quick
maybe
bit
like
in New
2012,
Japan.
2013 he left TNA.
I don't associate the guy with TNA at all at this point.
That's fair.
You know, especially like
imagine little touch.
Imagine if you're younger too, like if you're like in your 20s at this point, there's no way you'd have seen this guy in TNA. You'd have been like, oh, I guess that's cool. It's very interesting what they did, and then you had,
I felt like they were trying to appeal to lapsed fans of TNA and say, hey, come, we're on this new channel now. Come see us. And that was what they were trying to do there.
The Hardys, they're TNA staples at this point, and I love the Hardy Boys. So it's the Hardys and Elijah defeated Order 4, Mustafa Ali, Jason Hotch, and John Schuyler. I really like that the Righteous came out and attacked the Hardys. I had, again, no idea that the Righteous left Ring of Honor / AEW and signed with TNA. I think that was a great move.
It's been a couple months now, yeah. And I really love that act. I love that song is catchy, their entrance song. The kind of dancing with the finger snaps. I dig that. So I like that act. I think it's great. But yeah, it's like whatever. Also, the guy, who was it? The Hardys came out, had their entrance played by live guitar by the guy that's one of the guitar players for MGK.
Right.
That was interesting.
Badger 3000 says AJ Styles left in 2014.
Okay, well, we were kind of right around it.
So
Thank you,
here's a TNA is such a weird concept. I know there's a lot of TNA heads out there that like really, really love it, and like I texted the group yesterday, it looked like everybody in the crowd had very major gambling debt. Santino Marella came out. I love Santino. He introduced the former Sonya Deville as his new assistant. She introduces Elena Black, formerly Cora Jade, as the newest knockout. Is TNA the place for people to go when WWE says, hey, we're kind of done with you, but go here now?
Yeah, it's a catch-all. It's a catch-all, and you go, you go work it out. It's like going to a rehab facility.
It seems like it, because like right after this
problems and come back.
Like right after this, like the former Iconics came out, right? Like now they're their inspiration. I find it I'm very happy. It's not a knock on anybody. I'm super happy that everybody's still working and rocking and the crowds are decent, and people love them. I just find it from like an outside perspective where it's like, it's so interesting that is TNA maybe the last quote unquote like carny indie brand out there? Because it's very different than everything else we're watching.
Well, they don't want to be an indie brand, but it should be, right? It should be. And just a note on the Iconics, they are leaving apparently. So that's why they dropped the titles last night.
Interesting.
But yeah.
I like AJ Styles speaking with Santana. I thought that was cool. The main event I thought was fantastic. With Mike Santana regaining the TNA World Championship, which I think was the right move. Make Santana, if you want a fresh face to be the face of the company on AMC, Mike Santana is your best bet.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think he's a great worker, and that match was fairly good.
Yeah.
And I got to admit, I kind of checked out in the middle of the show, but I did watch the main event. So thought it was good. I thought it was good. You got a guy that he's a good enough character to carry that company. So more power to those guys.
I think the show is going to
tighten up the
the show's going to get better,
and
now the only reason I watch it is because I have the AMC app for free through Spectrum, my cable provider, and I don't think I would have gone at it if I didn't have that. I don't think I would have gone out of my way to watch it, but since it's right there, I was like, you know what? Let me check this out. I think I will be tuning back in next week.
Yeah, and think about this, that channel has been around since the early days of cable. So that channel's been on everybody's list of channels forever. So it's there. Just you only know it for a few shows. The Breaking Bads and the
Mad
Walking
Men.
Dead and those shows. But it's there. So
it's there. It's always been there.
It's gonna be and it's gonna be much easier for people to find Impact because because I don't think they cared about their TV when they were on Access. I don't even get it.
Right. It's very fascinating. They could have put on such a better show than they did, but it was still okay. Like I feel like just because of the expectations that people had for it as wrestling fans, and you can't really please all your wrestling fans. What I really did like though, is that they put together a really nice championship package. Did you catch that?
Yes. The one,
with
where they
a lot of Sting, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, like they really did like a nice, like this is TNA package, right? Now, do you think they're going to continue doing the stunt guest stars, like they did AJ Styles this week? Do you think at some point they're going to have Sting come back, even though he's retired, not do anything?
But I think he's still technically part of AEW.
He's got like
I don't know how that works, but whatever they call it. He's still going to make appearances there, so that might not work. But I'm all right with them bringing in like WWE stars from. Obviously, they're still working with NXT, so you're
right.
There was a lot of NXT on this show. And then they have a pay-per-view. That was the other thing. They have a pay-per-view this weekend that they're trying to trying to hype up a little too. So
yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Like you, I'll probably check it out next week as well.
Right. It's a very interesting package. You know, like I want to talk to some TNA heads out there and see what their take is on it. You know, Drew McIntyre this past Friday night won the WWE Championship, undisputed WWE Championship on SmackDown, defeating Cody Rhodes in a 3 stages of hell match. Now, I like Cody chasing that belt. You know, I think they saw the writing on the wall. They did the right move by taking the belt off of him.
Well, did they do that, or did they start a program with Jacob Fatu?
I think it's both. I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think it's both. You had to finish seeing McIntyre escape through the cage while Cody was brawling with the returning Jacob Fatu. Cody's reign lasted 159 days, making 4 successful title defenses. I think you keep that belt on Drew for a little bit. You know, like, don't take it away from him. Unfortunately, we all remember what happened during the pandemic. Like, he won that belt in front of nobody, you know?
Yeah. So the rumor is that they pulled the scheduled match was, I'm getting this from Dave Meltzer, was going to be Roman and Cody again for Mania.
Okay.
And they essentially have shifted now, and they're going in a different direction. And we'll get to it a little bit later, but Roman might still be in the main event, but I don't know about Cody. Or he's going to be in a different program. So I don't know. But
I've been saying, I know what you're hinting at. I know what you're hinting at, but I've been saying for months that I think Roman's winning that Royal Rumble at the end of this month. You know, what other choice is there? Right? Like, he's been gone long
Braun
enough
Breaker
that
would be the other one. Yeah.
I think Braun Breaker next year. Or, listen, people are going to hate me saying this, but Braun Breaker at some point, yes, right? Logan Paul at some point, 100%.
Yeah,
right?
let's do this now. F it. Let's do this now. I was going to have it. So these are Royal Rumble odds as of today, and this is a website I found called Odds Checker. I know we don't usually do this on this show with you and you and Andrew.
We're getting nuts today.
Yeah, we're going off the rails. So if I had to give me who you think has the best odds to win the Royal Rumble.
I'm going to say Roman Reigns. Like, I've been on that wagon
plus
for months.
100, number 1.
Okay.
Give me number 2. Who, if you had to guess?
If I had to guess, I'm going to go Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, I got to go all of them here. Hold on, I should have pulled them out. Logan Paul is currently plus 3,300 to win. Same odds as The Rock.
Okay.
And just ahead of Chris Jericho. Number 2 is Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Number 3 is, of all people, Sami Zayn.
Sure.
So
listen,
kind of talking him up a little bit. Yeah.
It would be his time. Roman or Sami, I think, would make great Royal Rumble winners.
I think people would be so happy if Sami won it. That would. Well, they did the surprise one last year with Jey Uso, right? I mean, they don't have to go with these odds. These are just interesting. But I thought it was interesting. And then just for fun, we'll go talk about the women's here real quick, if I can pull it up. And see. Okay, here it comes. So, who do you think has the top odds for the women?
Rhea Ripley.
She's number 3.
Okay. Let's see. Number one. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss is plus 2,500. She's down plus 3,300. Okay. She's down a little bit.
Who's number 1?
No, number 1 is Bianca Belair.
Okay, all right.
She's already won it, so I don't know. But number 2, I think, is the right answer, and that's Liv Morgan. So,
okay, it's a good answer.
Just me. Yeah, and then Rhea's 3, and then AJ Lee is plus 1,000. She's 4.
Interesting.
So yeah, all the usual players. There's some dumb ones on here. You go down to the Trish Stratus is on here. Of course, Nikki Bella's on here. But they're all pretty low. So just something I thought was interesting. Some of the odds where people are on things. So
what world?
Yeah,
what
if
world
I had
would
to
we
guess
live
right
in?
now, Liv Morgan and Roman Reigns would be the
winners. I'll take that. What world would we live in if Nikki Bella won the Royal Rumble?
Oh my God, Riot City.
I honestly wouldn't mind it. Listen, I don't have like a stake in
You know
professional
what?
wrestling.
I wouldn't mind
I
it either.
love wrestling, but it's not going to make me mad, you know?
The one from the women that would just irritate me would be Nia Jax. I just feel like the way they use her. Bachelor 3000, any word on how Bianca's finger is healing up? I have no idea. I haven't heard anything. I don't know about you.
No, I haven't heard anything either.
But,
I like that the Mooches asks, why is MG rubbing his nipple?
I don't know. I'm never been on camera.
Is that what happens when you get nervous?
I get fidgety sometimes.
Mo's X in the chat room asked Mattman, what is Hobbs' new name going to be? Calvin and Hobbs? That would be amazing. I'd love that. I would love that.
They will. I think they're going to change his name, unfortunately.
Just keep it Hobbs, man. The guy's name is William Hobbs.
I know.
MG is a nipple guy.
Hobbs would be awesome, I think.
Hobbs would be great. Finn Balor will challenge CM Punk next week on Raw from Belfast, Ireland. Listen, if you can have Drew McIntyre beating Cody on a Friday Night SmackDown, why can't you have Finn Balor beating CM Punk on Raw for that belt again?
I don't think it's
I think that would be fun. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it would be fun. It would be nice to see it. You know, I feel like they're putting him more in the spotlight again. You know, Finn Balor is one of their tried and true guys. I think, he can go. He's got a look. His interview. Did you watch his interview with Cody?
I haven't watched it. No. I started watching part of the Liv Morgan with Stephanie one, and I got like 20 minutes in.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm a fan with the way they do it for some reason.
The Cody one?
I could probably listen to them, but just all of them, all of the ones they do, I can't watch them. But
I could watch the Cody one. I can't watch the Steph one. Yeah. Like I can watch the Cody one easily because I really do enjoy that one. Just like he gets a little drunk on him, which I appreciate. They have their signature cocktails. It's a fun, loose vibe. Like this one with Finn Balor.
Right.
They went into a lot of Bullet Club stuff, and about how a lot of guys owe Finn Balor a lot of money because of that. It was a really good interview. I highly recommend people checking it out. I can't watch the Steph one. I can tune in a little bit, but I'd rather hear that one than watch it for some reason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So actually, you know what they could do with this match Monday is a dusty finish where he gets the pinfall, the visual, but he doesn't end up winning the title. Maybe they do something like that.
Listen, what a way to pop a hometown crowd than to have Finn Balor go over in Ireland, and you have two UK champs.
He's at the other end of Ireland he's from, but
he's still in Ireland.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah.
SmackDown tonight.
I get it.
Yeah. SmackDown tonight. Drew McIntyre is going to be around there. Number one contendership qualifying match. Randy Orton versus The Miz. I want to see that. The Miz I feel like The Miz needs to step up a little bit, Solo Sikoa versus Damian Priest. Matt Cardona versus Trick Williams. Very cool. Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov. That's going to be awesome. This is going to be a fantastic SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes issuing an open challenge.
So those four matches, those are qualify for, I think they're doing a 4-way.
Yeah.
And then I thought I put it on here. And then the Royal Rumble, that winner will face Drew for the title.
Okay. This is also a very interesting season for pro wrestling because it's Rumble season, and I love the Royal Rumble, and we have a few weeks to figure out what's going to happen. I feel like there's going to be a lot of surprises.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you tell me what you think surprises are.
I know. This is where multitasking. My multitasking sucks.
Are you gleeking out right now?
I just gleeked out.
Gleeking out. Do you miss Andrew that much? Did you miss Andrew that much that you're just starting to glitch right now?
Isn't that what he does?
I'm not Andrew. I don't know if you realize that. Oh shit! I haven't been talking to Andrew this whole time. Let's see. We got a couple of questions here. Can you throw these on the screen?
Yeah.
Throw Paul Anthony Moss's question up there.
Yes, that's actually the one I was highlighting when I glitched out.
Fantastic question. With the recent departures, Leon Slater is one of TNA's top most marketable talents. Why on earth would they let WWE borrow him for a European tour so he can miss their debut show on AMC? Listen, I don't know what happened to that AMC show. I've been hearing two things from everybody. This is great. I love TNA. And also, like, what the F is this? What did I watch? Why is this such a car wreck? You know, it's very interesting.
Mhm.
Like the chatter on the show is very split 50-50.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. As far as that, well, someone else is missing too. I forget who it was. It was one of the women. But they used the visa issue is what they said, and I was like, isn't Leon Slater from the United States? He might be from Canada, but but yeah, they're just overseas with the WWE right now.
But what I do think is that internally, that's WWE's way of saying, like, hey, why don't you work a different crowd that you've never worked in front of, or whatever, you know, with a bigger company.
Yeah,
you know, that makes sense. Or they're like, it's okay if you miss TV. We're going to give you a better experience because you're going to go far regardless of where you are, you know? I think that might be it.
Well, it's clear he's gonna end up full time in WWE when it's all said and done. I mean, that's where that's going.
Throw up Mo's X's question there, right underneath Paul's, please.
Got it.
Is there a secret mission of stacking the AEW ROH roster for some kind of coattail TV deal off of the TNA deal? It seems Tony has something brewing. You know, that is a question. If you want to come back on Tuesday when we do Beyond the Bell, that's a great question for Andrew. I feel like he'll have more information on that, but it does seem kind of interesting. Is a
well, we've been kind of like dancing around at some sort of TV deal for ROH forever, and it just never seems to happen.
I was a little bit wrong about Leon Slater. I did not know he was British. Okay. Kevin Birdsey, thanks for the correction. He's British. That's his hometown crowd. Hey, maybe that's why.
Very okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, thanks for that makes more sense now. I gotta watch more TNA now. So I can.
Yeah, that was the hard part about watching that show. Is I'm like, who the hell is this? Who's this? That was the biggest question I had for a lot of those people.
But that's the fun part, I think, about pro wrestling is like sometimes you turn something on and you're like, who is this? I like this person. I feel like that's how I got into like the Joe Hendry stuff, you know, where like you kind of see something rapidly happen and you're like, who is this guy? And you kind of watch it and you're like, oh, that's cool. You want to go into Dynamite?
Yeah, let's take back the Balor Club guys question real quick.
Sure.
Because I like this one, and then because it's a WWE one, and then we'll go into Dynamite.
Shout out to Balor Club guy. Let's say Finn wins the world title from Punk due to Braun costing Punk. Then you get Finn versus AJ at Mania and Punk. Rollins in Theory versus Braun and Logan at Mania. What are your thoughts? I would love Finn Balor winning the title from Punk and having like a real dope match at WrestleMania, you know? I think Punk, this is tough because I feel like it's the Punk booking, right? Where he had arguably the best match of WrestleMania weekend last year. That night one finisher was my favorite match of WrestleMania last year.
Oh, yeah,
him and Roman and
mine
Seth,
too. Yeah,
right. Really enjoyed it. He got his wish. He main evented at WrestleMania, right? Does he main event WrestleMania this coming year as champion? I think that's what you have to look at. Or are you gonna get this insane title swap and you have Finn as the champ going for their secondary belt, going in as champ to WrestleMania?
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I would much rather keep the title on him till Mania, have him drop at Mania and start a new story. That makes a lot more sense to me.
Now, on the other side of it, for the Undisputed Championship, I really wouldn't mind, and WWE has not done this in a while, I really wouldn't mind a fatal four-way, Drew McIntyre, Cody, Roman, and Sami Zayn. I feel like that would be...
That sign me up. That sounds fun.
That's a WrestleMania.
That sounds like a lot. Yeah.
That's a WrestleMania moment. I'm the chef. I'm the Italian chef making my WrestleMania recipe.
You just cook, and then you're cooking it up right now.
Yeah.
Everybody.
AJ Styles versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania. I'd love that. That would be incredible. Or put the belt on Finn for 2 weeks, have Punk win it back. He gets to win the belt in Ireland. I think that would be a lot of fun. Ready to talk about Dynamite?
Let's do it.
Samoa Joe placed a bounty on Adam Page. What? I enjoyed it. I thought it was a huge fun show. They crammed a lot of stuff in there. Samoa Joe putting a bounty on Adam Page, answered by Brian Keith. Loved it. He's going back to like since Jericho's not there anymore.
Bounty hunter. Yeah.
He's the bounty hunter. Love it. Darby Allin versus Pac, which was awesome. This reminded me of the first 2 years of AEW where guys were just throwing themselves at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it? Did you like the match?
Yeah, here. I'm glitching again. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Are you just watching are you watching The View right now?
No. You're boring me that much, Rich.
Yeah.
No, I liked the Darby Pac match. Mm-hmm. I didn't put it on here, but the end, they're doing stuff. They're doing more stuff with Marina Shafir now. She's getting involved more.
Great.
I did like it. This liking what they're doing. They're finally doing something different with the Death Riders, and I don't know where it's leading, but I kind of like it.
I enjoyed what happened after that match. You have Hangman defeating Brian Keith, who had Big Bill with him. Big Bill looks nuts. Swerve looks nuts. Everybody looks nuts. It's the thing about this, which I really love. Paige and Swerve called out MJF after the match, but they were interrupted by Kenny Omega, right? Kenny Omega says he's coming for the title. May the best man win, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Now, I love this whole segment, and I feel like this is my kind of wrestling, right? This is what I want.
Right.
And it's okay for guys to be badasses again, It took a few years, right? But totally believable badasses with Swerve and Hangman. They're portrayed as guys who will go the extra mile to murder their opponent. And I think we need more of that.
I'm going to bookmark that thought for the main event because there was something I noticed. But go ahead.
Okay. It's cool to be a badass again. These guys are hanging people left and right and doing bad boy stuff. It's awesome. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Brody King defeated John Cruz, squash match. You had this tag team match I thought was great. Number one contenders match. Jake Doyle and Mark Davis versus with Don Callis defeated the Young Bucks, GOA, and Jet Speed. This is the most I've liked seeing Mark Davis. Again, something in the water there last night where a lot of guys stepped up and heightened their internal badassery to come out on camera.
You know who I'm happy for out of all this? Yeah,
Jake Doyle?
I'm definitely happy. Yeah, Jake something is his indie name was. That guy's been around for 10 years.
Oh, for longer.
Sure. And he was on Indies, and he's from here. He's from Michigan somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to the ROH dojo and just kind of toiled around forever. But then he beefed up and got big, and now he works. That tag team is really good. So him and
I'm all about it.
Sounds like a fun team. Yeah,
that's a believable threat to FTR. I wouldn't mind.
By far.
I wouldn't mind seeing them take on FTR, get the belts, and then take on Shelton and Lashley. That's good, big boy matches.
There you go. Yeah. So, but I also wonder if at some point Lashley is going to go into the main title picture because he should.
Yeah.
But as far as that goes, they're doing heel versus heel team match here, which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
So
I'm with it. Listen,
we'll see how that
I'm with
goes.
it.
Oh yeah.
Skyflight cut a promo backstage calling out Marina Shafir and the Don Callis family. Great. You had Triangle of Madness, Thekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart defeating the Cosmic Babes of Wrath, Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, and Harley Cameron. That was a fun match. Hangman announced that
apparently we're gonna we're working up to a Thekla Chris Statlander match for the women's title. Sounds
Hey,
like
I'm with
that's
it,
what we're
man.
doing.
I'm a big Thekla fan. Hangman announced that he and Jet Speed will challenge for the AEW Trios titles on Collision. Great. AEW World Championship. MJF.
I'm now picturing you.
Stop interrupting.
I'm now picturing you. I had a thought. I'm now picturing you crab walking around your house like her.
Oh, yeah. I wish I was that flexible. The AEW World Championship match to end the show. MJF defeated Bandito. Fan-effing-tastic. I thought it was interesting that at the end of the match, MJF said, "Hey, you're going to be world champ one day." How did you feel about that match? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were your takeaways?
Point I was going to make. Yeah, my point was that MJF normally would cheat. He didn't. He was just a ruthless heel. Took advantage of an injury and just beat him down until he got the pin. There was no he didn't use the ring. He didn't have some sort of shenanigans. He just won. And a good, that we talked about big badasses. This is how you win and be a ruthless heel. You're just better than everyone else. And you this is Ric Flair formula, back in his heyday. Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you see Bandito as world champ?
I don't know. So this is nothing against the luchadors, but in America, I feel like unless you're Rey Mysterio, that having the mask hurts. I don't know. That's just me. That's
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's a me thing. But it just takes away from what it is. But then again, if they put it on him, I wouldn't hate it. But I just don't know if they would do it.
I find that very fascinating. I would love to see a luchador world champ again with full-blown mask and everything.
Hey, like I said, it just for me, I need the facial expressions, I need the emotion. But if you can somehow do it, which some of them can pull it off really well, then you know what? I'm wrong.
I do think that Ray is obviously 1 in 100 million.
Yes.
Next,
you know who that is. You know that, right?
Yeah. Let's see. We have Maximum Carnage tomorrow. It's interesting that they're using the Maximum Carnage name, which is a storyline from Marvel Comics, where now AEW is firmly entrenched with DC Comics. What's happening here? The Ops versus Hangman and Jet Speed for the Trios title. Cool. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz versus Grizzly Young Vets. Excited about that. Where has Ortiz been?
He was injured. He got cleared a couple weeks ago.
Andrade versus Angelico, fantastic. Kyle Fletcher, Josh Alexander, and El Clone versus Skyfly. It's going to be fun. Zeta Steel versus Marina Shafir. That's going to be great. Jack Perry and Anthony Bowens go for a shot at the national title, and Megan Bain and Penelope Ford are in action.
Yeah, so they're obviously the Ops match. There is a spoiler there. I think everybody can figure out the outcome based on how we started the show. And there was something happened with John Moxley during the Marina Shafir match. That's all the spoilers I'll give you. But
all right, fair. That's fair. Next week we're getting Kenny Omega versus Josh Alexander. What?
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. My bad. On the Maximum Carnage name, I feel like Tony Khan just sits on his plane and sees a magazine in the corner and a name pops up. That'd make a great wrestling show name. And that's how we get
a great wrestling show name. I feel like it also has to be like a real bloody collision to live up to that moniker. Next week, we're getting Kenny Omega versus Josh Alexander so far announced for Dynamite. I'm excited about that. I love seeing both those guys wrestle. I do miss Kenny wrestling frequently. We got We got a statement here from Bachelor 3000. Guys, we're going to be gone soon, so send us some more questions. Like I said, we're aiming for $500 today from Super Chats.
We're not getting
if you guys want to make that happen.
You're getting behind.
Imagine if we did. I think the most we ever made in one night was $600, and that was because we were streaming. We were streaming live for 7 hours, and I forgot what event it was. We were doing a watch along.
The watch alongs. I think we got up to almost $1,000 but there were, like you said, 7 hours of a back when maybe one of the first AEW shows we watched.
7 hours long. Was it an AEW show or was it a WrestleMania? It may have been a WWE show.
There was also a time when we did all those WrestleManias around the pandemic or when they came back. And they had NXT shows. So we did like 5 nights in a row where we were live, and we did pretty good then. Yeah. But yeah.
We got to do the watch-alongs again, man. Those are so much fun.
Andrew hates them. I mean, we could do them. We could do.
Oh, we should do them. We should do a marathon watch-along, just me and you glitching out, and then me watching you glitch out. Mose X says MG is going to have to show skin to get that money.
You guys
Badger 3000, great comment here. If AEW marketed to kids, I could see Bandito's world champ to sell merch, but they don't do that. That's the thing that drives me a little effing bananas. There should be the ventriloquist doll, the Harley Cameron doll, like the Mercedes Moné doll, like that. Like there's so much stuff that they could make and they should make instead of making like kind of like not all their t-shirts are great, you know. I like merch. I'm a merch guy. Though.
Yeah.
I like scoping out merch.
Right.
There we go. Badger 3000. I got 5 on it. Plays. Right. Good job today, you guys. Now walk like an Egyptian geek. Oh, that's a good one.
How would I walk like it? I don't know. They're all the same. They all turn out to be the same dance. He was asking me to dance, so I was.
Well, walk like an Egyptian. You can quickly Google what that looks like, and then just do a little dance. You can't disappoint our fans, MG. Imagine if this was a live show in front of.
I'm just doing the same dance every time. That's what you get. Sorry,
it's terrible. We need to get MG some mood lighting, like Rich.
I do need to change my. Well, I have it. I just have it on a light setting.
If I can make a suggestion, I think completely black background and you in a black turtleneck.
Oh dear.
I think that would be unbelievable. That would be just your floating head producing our shows. I think would be awesome. Listen, next week we're gonna have Bachelor 3000. Did he just do the Fandango dance?
I probably did.
I want your.
By the way, he's retiring.
Head. Who? Fandango? Oh yeah, that's right. That was the other thing.
We didn't. That was the other thing that happened. Well, they're setting it up for tomorrow night.
Yeah, very interesting. I want your floating head there. We're going to start having to make some wardrobe choices as well on the Mat Men front. Not so much on the Beyond the Bell, because Beyond the Bell will do that remotely. Mat Men, we got to start doing in studio again. You know, once all the machines get fixed.
Yeah,
he has to get new hamsters.
Yes,
for all the wheels that he has that generate the electricity for the studio. I think that's it. I think we're done for the day, right?
Any other questions? Anyone?
It looks like we don't have any questions. We do appreciate you guys.
As we went.
Yeah, I think we're good. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show, the MG Geek and Rich Takeover. I would like to do watch-alongs with you. I'll do a watch-along with you. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No, it's not. Technically it is, but it's not.
Yeah, I will go with that.
Let me tell you something.
More of a roll.
Not only am I a huge merch guy, I love a good hot dog. I don't eat hot dogs a lot, but I love a good hot dog.
No, I do too. Yeah.
You know, when was the last time you had a hot dog?
This summer. Have you had any? What toppings do you like on your hot dog? So this is where the Midwest versus the East Coast will come into question. But
so I'm A-okay with a hot dog and mustard and sauerkraut, but I also love the Midwest stuffed loaded hot dog. You know, little slice of pickle. You know, like put some relish on, like everything on it. You know, but I'm a sucker for a really good hot dog, and I feel like I haven't had one since the end of summer. I think. You know, I always get a hot dog when I go see the Mets, and if I go to a Knicks game, I'll get a hot dog too. You know, like those Madison Square Garden hot dogs are pretty good.
By the way, sorry about your third place, Knicks.
It's fine. Listen, as long as we're going to get into the playoffs. Rich, do I collect action figures? Yes, I do. I do like a good Nathan's hot dog. One of my favorite hot dogs I ever had. We were coming back from a trip. I think we were in Portland, in Maine. It was in It was in New England. My wife stopped for a lobster roll somewhere because she was like, "Hey, there's this place that serves this insane lobster roll. Let's go." I don't eat fish, so I was like, "Sure, whatever. Let's see what they have on the menu." They had a fucking ridiculous hot dog, and this happened like 3 years ago. I'm still
was it one of those foot long ones?
It was like a foot long hot dog with a nice snap.
Yeah, those are nice.
This happened like 3 years ago, and I'm still talking about this fucking hot dog that I ate.
So for me, it's mustard and onion, plain, or I got to go full chili dog.
Yeah,
and here, of course, in Michigan, where we're known for the coney, which is a meat sauce. It's similar to a chili, but it's not chili. It's just called coney sauce. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, a couple of coney dogs.
One of those every now and again. But you're gonna be parked in the toilet after you have one of those, if you have one. So
yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff. The older you get, man. Listen, I think we're catering to that middle-aged wrestling crowd, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here, brother.
Start, advertising canes on the show.
Ugh, Raising Canes? No, thank you.
No, actual walking canes.
No. All right, how do we end this? What button do I press to get us out of here?
You just say, you tell all the fine here and put it on you. You tell all the fine people all the stuff, and then we'll go away. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. If you want more of whatever this is, tune in on Tuesday to Beyond the Bell, the other show that we do on Fightful. Other than that, we'll be back next Friday with more Matt Men, hopefully in studio. We will see you then. Mwah. Love you guys.